Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this Python commonly asked coding interview question series, let's discuss about how to find if a number is perfect or not. Okay, so this is one of the very most interesting and popular question asked in many companies. So the complexity level is very medium. Okay, so if you walk into any larger MNCs, so this is one of the typical question which will be asked in your first or second round of technical interviews. So probably, yeah, let's we'll discuss about what is a perfect number. Okay, so a number is called to be perfect whenever it is divisible by its factors. Okay, for example, let's take a number called 6. Okay, so 6 is divisible by 1 and 2 and 3. So if you sum up all these three values excluding the actual number 6, 6 is also divisible by 6, but you have to exclude that number. In this situation, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6, right? So this number is called to be a perfect number. And another closest perfect number which we have is 496. Okay, and another perfect number we have is 8128. So basically, the sum of all its divisible factors excluding the original number is called a perfect number. Okay, so this is the closest perfect number we have, like 6, 496, 8128. Okay, so let's jump into coding and see how we can find this as a perfect number. Okay, so as usual, let's write a function. Def is called perfect num. Okay, and let me call it. Okay, so I'm first planning to get an input from the user. So I'm using int. I'm using the input method to get the input from the user. I'm telling user to enter the number. Okay, so that's the first step I'm doing. I'm getting the input from the user. Once that is done, and I need a iteration, right? I need an iteration, basically a for loop to iterate from the first number to the actual input value, right? So I will use a traditional for loop for I in range. So I have to start from 1, right? So it will start from 1 and it will be up to the input value end. So num. So my actual value is num, right? So here it is num. So actual value is and then so what should be my condition? Okay, so basically if you look at the actual factorial example I gave earlier, like 6 divided by 6 modulo 1 is gives you value 0. Basically whenever my modulo value is 0, I have to take that into consideration. I have written something down here for your clear understanding. So if you look at this initial step, like okay, so 6 modulo 1 is 0, right? So basically the remainder is 0. Again, 6 modulo 2 remainder is 0. 6 modulo 3 remainder is 0. And 6 modulo 4 remainder is 2. And 6 modulo 5 remainder is 1. So basically we will ignore the values whichever has modulo value not equal to 0, right? So so in the first three steps, what are the actual divisible factors? We have 1, 2, plus 3. So basically I'll get a perfect number called 6, right? So this is an example. So basically what I'm trying to say is my condition should be the modulo value should be actually 0, right? So if I'm going to pick these three, so in case if let's say we have a number called 7, we have 7 modulo 1 is 0, 7 modulo 2 is 1, 7 modulo 3 is 1. So basically we do not have any 0 modulo value here. So probably this is not an ideal perfect number. Okay, so we have to pick up the values whichever has modulo value is 0. So what I'm doing is, so I'm just putting a condition called if num modulo I, right? The actual iteration value is I, right? So if is equal to 0, then what I'm doing is I'm gonna add it to an existing value. So I have not declared and I have not initialized a value. Let's call it as a pnum. Okay, so pnum equal to 0. Now if pnum equal to pnum plus 1. Okay, then if my pnum value is equal to my num, right, then I'm going to tell it is a perfect number. Perfect number, else it is not a perfect number. So else print not a perfect number. So as simple as that. Okay, let's run this program, and if I run this, I have to give the input. So let's call 6. Okay, the 6 is the closest perfect number we have, right? So let's enter 6. If enter 6, it says not a perfect number. Oops, what is a mistake I've done? Oops, so this is the value should be I actually. It's not 1. So it should be the iterate value like 1, 2, and 3, the iteration value. So now if I run this, so now I'm going to give input plus 6 again. Yeah, the 6 is a perfect number, right? So if I want to try out a different input, let's call 7. 7 is not a perfect number. Let me run and so they say let's write 736. It is not a perfect number, obviously. So what is the next closest perfect number we have? It is 496, right? Let's try 496. 496. 496 is a perfect number. So what's another closest perfect number we have? 8128. So this is a perfect number. Okay, so this is how you will find if a number is perfect or not. Okay, so I hope you understood how to implement this perfect number question if asked in interview. In case if you have any questions, please post it into the comment section. Thank you.